Hello and welcome to round 5 of the 2019 Formula Virtual World Championship here from Silverstone in Great Britain. My name's Bradley Downton and I'm joined today by Harry Westwood.
Tally ho, old sport, good to be back with you.
Today then the drivers will be tackling 52 laps of this classic Northamptonshire circuit, 5.891 kilometres long. Klaas van Snelheid won here last time out, but it was his teammate Nathaniel Powers on pole. Downton have won here the last 2 seasons. Can they make it 3 in a row? Well, they've got a great chance because looking at the grid, they have locked out the front row. Nathaniel Powers on pole position in front of his home fans. Klaas van Snelheid lines up alongside. They are on the medium and soft tyres respectively. Row 2, heading that is Enrique Ruiz. Ruiz on the softs as well, as is Alar Kanga alongside him in the first of the DS Mattershore cars. In 5th position on leading the 3rd row, we have Adrian Simon. Simon, like his teammate, is on the soft tyres. Timo Kinnaman lines up 6th. Kinnaman, the Finn, is on the mediums in the 2nd Franklin. In 7th position, we have Felix Perez on the extra soft tyres. He'll be one to watch out for in the opening stages. James Vazquez with a fantastic qualifying for Ingram. Alongside him in 8th, Vazquez is on the softs. Rounding out the top 10, Johan Halverson, also on the softs for North Star, and Sebastian Bergqvist, the only driver on the hard tyres. I should imagine there'll be quite a few cars stacked behind him at various points during this race. Felix Baer is 11th, also on the extra softs like his fellow Felix. And in 12th position, Mario Juan Lopez on the soft tyres. 13th is Will Hoskins in the lead Andromeda, a fantastic qualifying from Hoskins at his home race. He lines up on the soft tyres. Sergio Alvarez alongside him in the lead of the DS Phoenix is also on the soft. 15th is his teammate Thierry Zylander. Zylander is on the mediums, as is the second Andromeda of Rodolfo De La Fuente lining up 16th. On row 9 and in 17th position, we have Nikolaj Milkovic. Milkovic making a race for the 2nd time in a row. He is on the soft tyres for Chima with Elroy Wagner on the mediums behind him. Milkovic actually an incredible qualifying position. He was 20th, but there were some penalties which boosted him up. Row 10 has Puccio Giordano and Hunter Ryan, the 2 Ocelots. Giordano on the mediums, Hunter Ryan on the extra softs. In 21st, we have Victor Osberg and the 2nd Lopez on the softs. And then the guys with penalties from last time out. Jean Matson is 22nd, he is on the mediums. They all have 10 place grid penalties for incidents back in Malaysia. 23rd, Gabriele Garcia in the North Star, he is on the softs. 24th is Jules Simon on the mediums for Meteor. And on the back row, we have the 2nd Chima of Carson Davenport. Both Chimas in the race for the first time. He's on the mediums. And Alexander Zollier on the extra softs, who failed to set a time in qualifying. So we go down to the grid then. Powers on the right, Klaas on the left. The lights go out now and we're racing in Britain. It looks as though it's a good start from Powers, but Klaas is being swallowed up behind him. Enrique Ruiz already alongside and around the outside of the Dutchman. Ooh. At turn 1 then, Ruiz sweeps into 2nd. Powers leads, Klaas down to 3rd, and he's got the 2 DS Mattershores all over the back of him.
Yeah, and now we've got Kanga looking any which way to try and get around the Dutchman. He's had a terrible start off the line there, but Ruiz finding the grip on the outside line. Fantastic stuff from him.
Yeah, absolutely cracking start from the Brazilian then. There's him and Powers trying to get away up front. We've got some drama in the midfield. Cars all over the track then as they come down into Luffield.
Yeah, into Woodcote. But yeah, just worth noting, there was an absolute ding-dong going on between an Andromeda and a Chima. Is that Alvarez going round the outside of, who's that, Milkovic, on the exit of Woodcote onto the International Pit Straight, because it's the one track I know all the corner names. And,
I'm glad you do, because I've just had to pull a track map up, and it was actually Brooklands. I know this is Maggots and Beckett's, though, as we've got the 3 leaders there, nose to tail, Powers, Ruiz, and Klaas van Snelheid.
Yeah, it looks like Ruiz is really looking racy at the start, but Klaas is looking to gain back that lost ground. But some great action in the midfield, and now we've got the Andromeda of Hoskins, I think that is, under pressure from Alvarez. Nose to tail, these 3.
Absolutely, as that's Perez trying to go around the outside of Kinnaman, and Perez pulls it off then at Stowe Corner. Yes, I did have to look that up, I apologise.
Oh, wow. What's this one, Bradley?
That's Club.
Yeah, it is. Alright, so Powers leads the way then at the end of lap 1 with Ruiz following with his nose right up Powers'
gearbox.
And Klaas is there for company.
Yeah, he certainly is then. The 2 DS Mattershores right with them as well. There are absolutely no gaps have opened up on the first lap here.
Yeah, no pit window yet, Bradley.
That's not what I was getting at.
Oh, it's good to be back.
Oh, I've not missed you.
Sorry, am I too loud?
No, I don't think so.
Good. Klaus up the inside there with a very ambitious move.
Yeah, and that nearly cost him as that was Alar Kanga looking at trying to potentially steal third from him.
Yeah,
there goes one of the corner marker boards.
So I think we could see more. I think the word you're looking for is bollards, Bradley.
Corner marker boards.
Klaus is really seems a little bit shook at the start of this V-Prix. He's just slightly off. He's wrong-footed himself without any reason to through Maggotts, Beckers and Chapel, and that's going to affect him all the way down the hanger straight now. As Kanga, goes to the inside. Klaus comes in more off. Should be enough.
Yeah, what's interesting I find is that the two cars that are... Never mind, ignore me.
Okay. As Klaus again going very defensive into club with no particular reason to. You don't see a lot of overtakes into there unless it's the...
is that Adrian Simon? It looked like a small mistake there from the Frenchman. Perez is up the inside and he's not quite been able to make the move.
No, and I've got to say, they banged wheels pretty heavily there, Bradley, so we might have to pay attention to see if either car picked up damage. It looks like Perez might have done because he's struggling now, coming out of Abbey. I think about that then, and he's just completely getting gobbled up by Kinnaman into Village.
Yeah, and through goes Timo Kinnaman, then back into 6th place.
I really hope that is Village. I'm pretty sure it is. Oh, here comes Halverson. No.
Village and the Loop. Woo! Village is the first tight right-hander, and then it's the Loop and Aintree.
Yeah, I knew that. Aintree, like the race course.
Apparently so.
Gay. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Just wanna put that out there.
Wow, is this a new PC Harry Westwood? This is weird. Stop it.
Don't make me call you the... No, I'm not going to use the N word.
The top 4 then have now broken away within sort of 7/10 of a second, and quite a gap has opened between Kanga and Simon as the Frenchman has been defending from Perez and Kinnaman.
Yes.
Oh, and we've got some moves then. So Ruiz covering the inside line. Klaas van Snelheid right tucked up under his rear wing. Kanga holds in all racing lines. We have a yellow flag in the middle sector. And Rodolfo De La Fuente is at the back of the field, some 5 seconds behind anyone else. So I'd assume he was something to do with that.
Wow, your powers of intuition are incredible.
What can I say? Just call me Sherlock Holmes.
No.
As Klaas van Snelheid then sets the fastest lap, and I think that was evident. He started that lap a reasonable gap behind Ruiz and has finished it right with him.
Yeah, but Kanga has stayed with him, so he can't be too far off the pace, but... Powers is definitely off the pace. He's not struggling to keep them behind, but he's going to start to pretty soon.
Yeah, but let's not forget, Powers is the only one of this front 5 on the medium tyres. The rest behind him are all on softs.
Yes. Kinnaman's doing a decent job as well. He's staying in touch with Simon, and he's on the mediums as well.
He is, yes.
There's a very wide line there from Bayer. No, that's Bergfist. No, it was Bayer.
Okay.
Oh. That's what I've been saying that the whole season. Do you not listen to me?
No, I try not to.
Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like, yeah.
Oh, as Ruiz gets a big tank slapper through. Is that Maggotts or Beckett's? Beckett's. That's got to be Beckett's, hasn't it?
The first bit is Maggotts, then you got Beckett's, and then as Chapel. They come through to the straight is Chapel. So yeah, it's Beckett's.
Yeah. See, we're good at this shite.
Yeah.
Oh, is Kanga. I thought he was going to try and move there on Klaas van Snelheid.
Yeah, but there was just no room left as we've got now Vazquez.
Trying to move though, yeah. James Vazquez on Johan Halverson. And, wow, where has that come from then? North Star's pace all season so far has been right up there, just behind the firsts. And you wouldn't have put Ingram anywhere near them. But Vazquez, proper on it. He had a fantastic qualifying. And up there in 9th place.
Yeah, and also his teammate not really representing, down in 24th.
In fairness, Matson did have a 10th place grip anyway.
Zazoli is dropping back, yellow flag, sector 1.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, and that's Zazolia. Alexander Zazolia then heavily in the wall, and is that turn 1?
Have an accident. No, that's cops. No, it's turn 1.
Oh, and he's hit the curb on the inside. Alexander Zazolia then trying an overtake on one of the Ocelots has hit the curb on the inside of turn 1 and launched it into the air, ricocheting into the wall on the outside, and that's a heavy accident then for the Ukrainian.
Yeah, big shunt, and to be honest, he was quite as we see it again for no reason. Oh, another angle. Boom. Ooh, that's
a heavy accident.
Visit to the
Wow, we're getting a lot of replays and a nice little slow-mo there. Oh.
Of course, you know, we will keep you updated on the situation of the driver, but that is such a beautiful shot. I mean, not to be insensitive, but you got to appreciate good cinematography when you see it, as we've got Klaus still looking to find a way past Ruiz. But yeah, he's quite lucky, I think, not to take the Ocelot of, I think it was Giordano in front of him.
Yeah,
either of them.
I think it was Ryan, actually, because there was another Ocelot slightly further up the road, and it's Ryan that's behind, so...
Yeah. But hopefully he's all right.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll hear from first after the race as to how he's doing.
Yes.
But yeah, scary accident then there. But Alexander Zazolio, who becomes the first retirement from the British V-Prix of 2019. Meanwhile, up front is home hero Nathaniel Powers, leading Enrique Ruiz and Klaas van Snelheid, with the two DS Masterals right behind Van Snelheid down the inside of Ruiz there. And I thought, what a beautiful camera.
This is amazing.
What a beautiful camera angle as we see Klaas van Snelheid there trying to take second from Ruiz. And I thought I'd add a little extra something there because I felt like I was wording it to go into an ad break. And we don't do ad breaks.
No. We should. Ad revenue, Bradley. No. We could call it Brad revenue.
Can we call them Bradverts?
Yay. Oh, that's Bayer right on the back of Kinnaman, so...
Yeah, Bayer is on the extra soft tyres, to be fair.
So
you probably have to pit in a lap or two.
Yeah.
Won't quite be as bad as Matson last time out in Malaysia, but...
Bad for Matson there. Obviously, I was away on other business, but I was watching it on the telly and just... Whew.
You lie, you're on holiday.
That's exactly what other business means, isn't it?
No.
It's a... Yeah, no, it's not. Dagnabbit. Powers is starting to, I think his tyres are starting to come back to him a little bit because he's just starting to edge out a little gap. I don't know if that's just the trick of the Concertina effect.
I think he just had a good lap compared to Ruiz's not quite so good lap. There's still less than, a half a second between them, so there's absolutely nothing in it still.
A good car as opposed to Ruiz's not quite so good car.
I don't know. I don't think there's anything between these three cars, if I'm honest.
Yeah. Ruiz went very wide there through Luffield.
Yep, this is Woodcote.
I know what it is, Bradley. I didn't need to read the track map.
Well, what's this one then?
This is Cops.
It is Cops. Well done.
Could you have sounded any more condescending? Like, brother.
I could have done, yes. I chose not to.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's Klaas van Snelheid off the road. He spun it at Beckett's. And where's he going to rejoin then? Klaas van Snelheid, the championship leader, has binned it at Beckett's, rejoined in 8th place, luckily avoiding picking up any damage. But I'm not quite sure what was going on there.
Yeah, no, just...
Oh, it's Felix Bayer around the outside of Timo Kinnaman at Stowe. Surely not. As they head into club then, he's got the inside line. Can Bayer pull an overtake on the Franklin? He can! And Timo Kinnaman gets... Oh, Kinnaman up into the air and into the wall. And Timo Kinnaman is out of the race.
Damn. I think they might want to take a look at the height of these curves, Bradley. Obviously, they've been the same for a long time, but now that the cars are a lot lower nose, it seems to just ping them up into the air.
Yeah, no kidding. That's the second incident in 8 laps that we've seen where a car has been majorly launched. And, we'll hope that Timo Kinnaman is all right. But, yeah, that's a hefty accident there into the barrier on the outside of club.
Yeah, luckily he wasn't going, full pelt like... here we go, yes.
So that was what happened with Klaas, and he hooked a wheel on the inside of the curb and tried to correct it, but overcorrected it and threw himself the other way.
At least he got a position back almost immediately. Yeah, luckily, Kinnaman wasn't going full tilt.
That's a beautiful wheelie.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong.
10 out of 10 for style there.
Yeah, you could just see it unfolding as soon as you saw him go for that sausage curve.
Yeah, straight over the sausage curve then. And he was just a passenger, and he got it slowed down as reasonably as he could on 2 wheels.
No, that was slow-mo.
I know, yeah, but I still think he did a reasonable job at attempting to slow it down.
But that puts a lot more pressure now on Ruiz because Powers has still got the strategy on side. Ruiz now has no teammate to back him up. And he's got two very feisty-looking Mathashaws right behind him.
Yeah, who have suddenly, I mean, initially in the opening laps, looked as though they were starting to drop back a bit, but they're suddenly right back there again, aren't they?
Yeah, so I wonder if they were just dropping back, saving their tyres, kind of thing, getting ready to launch an assault on the front two. Now that they've had 2 retirements each, the front 2 teams, maybe they've...
Oh, hang on. Klaas isn't out.
Yeah, but
he's only 7th.
Oh yeah, I forgot he didn't hit a wall. He's already caught up to the back of Bayer though.
Yeah. Oh, that looked slow from Ruiz, and that's given Kanga the opportunity. Kanga pounces up the inside then, but he's not gonna take advantage. Ruiz holds on brilliantly.
Yeah, Ruiz utilising that grip that we always see from the Franklin team, and just managing to find that drive on the outside line. You do struggle to get traction a bit more on the inside on the exit of Woodcote, but he's gotten very lucky there, and that's given Powers a bit of a buffer to try and get away now.
Yeah, it certainly has then. As Ruiz, Kanga gets a little swapper on, but manages to correct it, but that's just lost him out a little and given Ruiz some breathing space.
They're losing so much time that Perez is actually catching up to the pack. And so is Bayer with, Klaas about to do him up the rear.
Yeah, mind you, this has gone better for Bayer than I was expecting. I mean, he's 9 laps in already.
Yeah, so he's now only committed to a 5-stop.
Right, and he's gone again. He's going again.
Woohoo! Wait, is he passed? He's not. Yeah.
Yeah, he's passed the pits. The pits are on the left there, aren't they? God, someone was in though. I think that was someone diving in the background.
Probably my nan.
Milkovic is 13th. I've just noticed that. What a solid effort.
He's doing alright.
Isn't he just?
Yeah, I mean, he started like 17th, so he's done a good job there. With only 2 retirements, he still found 2 places on Wagner and Zylander.
Yeah.
When I say Zylander,
Alvarez. Why is Alvarez down in 20th?
I would assume he's the one that went in the pits.
Oh, it's Klaas van Snelheid then. Around the outside of Felix Baer. Doesn't quite get it done. Has to try the inside line through Luffield, but still no going.
Yeah, Klaas just... Something seems to have gotten under his skin this race. Maybe it's because it's his teammate's home race. Maybe it's the pressure of his constructor's home race.
Yeah, but he won it last year.
Yeah, that's why I'm so confused as to why he's not hooking it up today.
There's, here we see then Perez now right on the back of Adrian Simon, and we've once again got a 5-car train for the lead. As behind them, Klaas van Snelheid still trying to get past Felix Baer and losing time now to the leaders. Yeah,
the leaders have really dropped the hammer now. They've dropped Baer and Klaas by about 7.
Here we go, up the inside of Stowe. No, Klaas still can't pull it off. If you're going to overtake a Stowe, you really seems like you need to go around the outside here, and he's lost a lot of time with that failed attempt.
Yeah, up the inside it tends to compromise your line quite substantially because you've got quite a shallow angle of entry, whereas around the outside you've got a lot of room. Because it's quite a wide corner.
Yeah, look at this then. Back in the midfield, Sebastian Bergqvist on the hard tyres. I think he's the only driver on the hard tyres in this race. With Milkovic, Zylander and Elroy Wagner right up behind him.
Getting ready for a special kind of tea party, you know what I mean?
No.
Shall I say it?
No.
And I don't know if you've noticed this, Bradley, but the sky's starting to darken just a little bit here.
Yeah, it certainly is. And, there was rain in the forecast, about a 60% chance as we came into the race. So we'll have to see what happens. I mean, it's Britain, so rain wouldn't be a surprise.
Yeah. Love certainly isn't in the air, but rain might well be. Back to you in the studio. Yeah.
Oh, we don't have a studio.
Oh, Perez is on the extra side.
Oh, yeah, I've just realised that as well. That makes sense.
Yes. I don't know why I did it like that.
Although, well, I don't know actually, because given he's on the extra softs, I'd have expected him to have passed Simon by now. I mean, the car's
Klaas on
much slower.
Oh, is he going to get it done? He finally gets past Felix Baer.
Perez pits. Because suddenly he's shot to the lead.
Hey, what a big smelly boy.
So, Felix Perez then, after... What's that? Is that 11 laps? Yeah.
So it's 11:22:33.
Oh! That was an unsafe release if ever I've seen one. Thank God there's no such thing.
I don't know if it was. I mean, well, yeah, it was. Okay, I take it back. That was unsafe. I've got
Where
to say,
does he
pit
come
stop.
back out then? Perez comes back out side by side with Will Hoskins, but he's held on 9th place. And he's got some beautifully clear air in front of him now, has Perez.
Yeah, he might.
And it's only going to be a 4-stopper on those extra softs.
Yeah, so I reckon he's probably going to be about 2 stops down on the soft side runners and 3 on the mediums. But I don't know. I can't read the future, even though most of the time when I call the strategies, I am correct.
You reckon the mediums are only going to do a 1-stop?
I reckon so.
I suppose if the extra softs have gone 11 laps, that's highly likely.
Because you think they're already halfway to.
Oh, there was a little squiggle from Simon.
Yeah, it looks like with the temperature dropping, that perhaps these guys are suddenly struggling for a bit more grip. Is that right? Is that Ruiz? No, he's not going up the inside.
No.
He tried it, but didn't quite come off.
He did try it, and that's why he's lost time, because he attempted to go up the inside.
Well, what a silly goose, Bradley, honestly. What's he even
meanwhile, Felix Baer's pit stop then on the extra softs has fed him right out at the back of the train, headed by his teammate. So, Holmquist didn't plan that one very well, did they? Although Baer already disposing of Elroy Wagner. That's 1 down, 3 to go.
Yeah, didn't even break a sweat. He's just like, move.
Oh, as we've got Kanga alongside Ruiz then for 2nd place. But can't make anything of it, and the Brazilian holds on as Power's now trying to use this to break away up front.
Yeah, I've got to say, Ruiz is doing a very
good
job.
Kanga going? Ruiz has followed him.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
What?
I was just. I don't know, Bradley. I don't even know why I do have the stuff I do.
No, I don't think you do.
No. But yeah, Ruiz, like I was trying to say before I was rudely interrupted.
Who rudely interrupted you?
You!
What?
And the zombie in my room.
I apologise to everyone with headphones. Like myself.
Sorry. Yeah, no, he's obviously defending from 2 very quick cars that have got 2 very good drivers in them on his own, and he's doing a pretty stellar job while still keeping pressure on the leader.
He is, yes.
But Klaas is slowly reeling them in. He's
is he?
Yeah, that's why I said slowly. He was about a second down on what he is now. Slow and steady wins the race. Whoever said that has never seen a Formula Virtual race.
Yeah, I was going to say. Well, unless it was like Malaysia last year. In which case, yeah, slow and steady literally was the way to go, because otherwise you were going to end up off the track. As Baer's disposed of another, as Felix Perez bangs in the fastest lap then. As Baer's disposed of another car and demoted Zylander to 14th.
In the last 2 laps, Perez has only caught the leaders by like 2 seconds.
Has he actually?
Yeah.
Well, that's not brilliant, is it?
No.
Wasn't he like 16 when he came out of the pits?
No, I think he's the same age whether he's in the pits or not. And he's just about to come into Lopez as well, and then Halverson, and then Vasquez. So if those guys don't pit soon, which they shouldn't do, because I think at least one of them's on the mediums, he's pretty much going to waste this second stint.
I think that goes to show how much quicker he has been, though, than the cars around him. Because you think he came out of the pits 2 laps ago, side by side with Hoskins. He's now 6 seconds clear of Hoskins and on the back of Lopez.
Mind you, he has taken another second out of the leaders this lap. Oh, Wagner!
Yeah!
You optimistic devil!
What a cheeky little move then from Elroy Wagner. Zylander was looking to try and take the place back from Felix Baer. It didn't pay off, and Wagner swept around the outside and now took 14th place back as Zylander tries to look around the outside of Cops. And that is, well, that's never going to happen.
No, but those two having a proper nice little ding-dong scrap as Class 6 another second out of these 4. Oh, it's not kicking off, but it's starting to as Baer looks for a move now.
Yeah, Baer's done Milkovic and he's now on his teammate, and surely that's going to be easily swept around the outside, and it is. And Baer back into 11th then, and with some clear air in front of him now to make use of those extra softs.
Yeah, Burgerfist had to try and make it look a little bit. Yeah, you're gonna laugh at that every time. Had to try and make it look a little bit difficult, but at the end of the day, there was never really any question. Oh, Perez has already passed Lopez. He's now right on the back of Halverson. God damn.
Yeah, and impressively then, despite being in traffic now, Perez is maintaining the gap to the leaders. He's not losing out, but he really needs to clear these cars and start making use of those tyres.
He will.
Oh, as Halverson goes one way in front of him, Vasquez goes the other. Can Perez thread it through the middle? He can't, although he looks as though he's got Halverson. Brilliant move. The extra traction there for Perez really showed.
I really want to see a replay of that, because you could see there's like a little wobble on the exit of left field there. Just like right on the edge of grip there. Perez is driving the race of his life today.
He absolutely is.
Place, but he's pulling out an absolute stunner.
Yeah, most certainly. And I think a lot of this is down to those tyres. He's clearly got so much more grip than those around him. Yeah. Surely he's not going to overtake him. Brooklands, he's not, no.
I thought it was about
Brooklands.
The scene of the
Beckett's.
Brooklands. Buddy,
Don't even go there. Here we go then. Perez up the hanger straight and around the outside, and this should be easy for the Mexican. And there it is, like taking candy from a baby. As Klaas van Snelheid dives to the pits, we've got a yellow flag in the middle sector. And this then is the first of the soft-tyred runners in. After just 15 laps, Vasquez follows him.
Yeah, so I think these two might have been a bit too... Don't forget, Klaas had that big slide. I don't know why Vasquez, I think he's just been leaning on his tyres a bit too much.
Yeah, although Milkovic pits as well. Maybe not. Maybe this is just the start of the window.
Yeah.
As Klaas comes out then, as Perez did, just in front of Will Hoskins. But this is really interesting because this would suggest the soft-tyred runners are only going to do one stop less than those on the extra softs.
Yeah, which might actually feed into the favour of the extra soft runners.
Yeah, this could fall really nicely into Perez's hands.
Well, the sun has come out again, so rain looks like it's been staved off for a little while. But, wow. This is quite something, eh?
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, Klaas has come out 7 seconds behind Perez.
Has he? He was 7 seconds behind him in the first place.
Yeah, he did lose a chunk, didn't he? So Perez now then is about where the leaders are going to be when they come out.
I can't imagine the leaders doing a 12-second pit stop, Bradley.
Well, Klaas apparently just did. And you think they gain a lot of time with this pit entry, don't they? As Ruiz, Kanga and Simon will dive in. Powers though, well, Powers is on the mediums, isn't it?
That might cost them a little bit.
Yeah, they've all just held one another up in the pit lane. Be interesting to see what order they exit in. It's Ruiz first, and then Kanga, and then Simon. So as they entered then, but all of them seem to have lost a little bit of time to the others.
Yeah, except for Ruiz.
Well, naturally.
Perez through with
Perez does indeed then sweep through into second place.
Yeah, so you're right. That is only about an what is that, like a 15-second pit stop?
Yes, it's not a lot at all. I say you gain so much time cutting the final corner.
I think Perez might be on the money here.
Klaas has jumped Simon.
Oh!
Klaas van Snelheid then, who was some 7 seconds behind this battle, by pitting 1 lap earlier, has jumped the lot of them. Well, has jumped the gap and closed... No, let me try that again. Has closed the gap and jumped Simon.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Like they did cost each other a lot of time there, but even then, he's only 3 seconds off Ruiz, so...
Yeah, Klaas has put himself right back into contention here.
Are you genuinely telling me that the undercut is worth about 3 seconds?
Well, he was further than that behind.
Right, so Halverson now...
That's phenomenal. How has he done that?
In that case, I think the mediums will be on a 2-stopper, and I think I was absolutely wrong about the strategy.
Yeah, in which case, I mean, surely this is well in Perez's hands. There's Halverson,
you naughty boy.
And that's Beckett's.
No, they're at Chapel now. They're on hanging straight down.
Yeah, well, the attempted overtake was at Beckett's, you pleb.
You pleb. You're so proud of yourself, aren't you, you big stinky person? I was about to call you close.
Oh, we've got contact, and that is John Matson pirouetting.
Yeah, his afternoon goes from bad to worse. He's been nailed to the back of the order all afternoon, and just as he starts to make his way back through from strategy, don't get me wrong, but still, he's not having a good time.
What was through strategy?
Like, Matson getting more positions because he was back in like 24th earlier.
Oh. Well, yeah, but I mean, let's be fair, the pace of the car isn't 24th, is it?
No. I've got to say, Hoskins is doing a pretty solid job to stay with Zylander. I think Andromeda and Phoenix, when Andromeda qualify for races, are going to have very good races, like scraps. There's a yellow flag in Sector 1.
Yeah.
Now.
It doesn't seem to be anything on the... I mean, it was only brief and there didn't seem to be anything on the timing screen that jumped up, so... Interested by Garcia's race so far.
How bad
as mentioned earlier, that North Star, not a bad car. They've scored points in every race so far this season. He started towards the back because of a 10th place grid penalty from the last race, and he's made no progress. Literally no progress. I think he started 23rd.
If anything, he's lost ground then. Because he's only got those places because of retirements from in front of him.
He did indeed start 23rd, so he's gone absolutely nowhere.
Halverson, on the other hand, is going places, up to 10th place in fact. Oh, did you like that segue, Bradley?
Yes, very nice.
Hoskins in the pits now. Don't know
what
why.
Tyres is Hoskins on?
Oh.
Is he?
Yeah. He's making go 18 laps.
He made them last.
Hang on. 18
oh, as we've got contact, that is Sebastian Bergqvist and Johan Halverson. And Halverson tries to flip one of the Meteors.
It's like Robot Wars.
Isn't it just? He just missing the flipper on the front. All he had was the front wing.
This is a whole cars going into loop.
And incredibly, they all come out of it.
It is Pride Month, Bradley.
That though.
That's going to cop a penalty for sure, though, from Halverson. Terrible.
Yeah, that has cost all of them a rather considerable amount of time. Lopez and Jules Simon are now some 7 seconds behind Elroy Wagner in front of them.
I low-key hold some kind of like resentment for Lopez. They turn up with such a crap car, and yet by some sheer luck, they always end up in the points.
I know. Was it you I was discussing this with when we were last in commentary, or was it Nick last race?
I think it was Nick last race.
Yeah, Lopez just seemed to rock up with a car that is shite, do nothing in qualifying, and then keep scoring points. It's ridiculous.
It's like, what is the how?
I don't know. I can't answer it.
No, I was gonna say something, but I can't remember what it was.
Meanwhile, back towards the front, everyone behind Powers then has closed around 2 seconds within the last few laps, so they are edging their way towards him slowly.
That's what I was gonna say.
But given they're on fresh tyres and he's on warm mediums, I was expecting a little bit more of a gap close.
I kind of didn't listen to a word you said. Sorry.
Oh, there's more contact, and that is Halverson's front wing gone this time.
Yeah, I gotta say actually that wasn't Halverson's fault. Simon moved over on him in the braking zone.
Yeah, although it kind of feels like just desserts for his incident last time round.
Yeah.
That's karma.
Stay calmer.
Be interesting to see whether Jules has picked up a puncture or any damage to his tyre there, and whether he'll have to dive into the pits as well.
Jules, have you got damage? Anyway, can I make my point about Hoskins, please?
I suppose, but there is a yellow flag in the middle sector, but it's gone, so you're alright.
Why are you going to make me...
Hoskins is last.
Yeah, what I was going to... Getting to that! Jesus Christ. Hoskins lost about 5 seconds more than everyone else did in the pit stops. But, on the flip side, he's only got to make one more stop.
Oh, that's good, as we have another yellow flag in the middle sector. And this one has gone as well.
the game's just like, no!
We will not have incidents.
Outside of Giordano, no.
Halverson does dive for the pits then. Obviously he needs a new front wing. It looks as though Jules Simon has managed to carry on.
What a binge. I feel like now punishing Halverson would be harsh, but it's going to come down to a matter of like consistency.
No, I feel like he's had his own punishment.
But that's not how it should work. He drove into another car, 2 other cars, Bradley. We've seen grid drops for that.
Well, we shall see.
No penalty for someone putting another driver into a wall.
Yeah, but yeah.
It wasn't penalised before, so it won't be now.
Well, there was a lot penalised from Malaysia.
3 cars, Bradley.
That's a lot. That's like a whole three more than normal.
Yeah. I feel like, you know, it should be considered against the rules to drive another car into a wall, personally. But
Well,
hey,
I mean, why?
no, you're right, you've got me there. Let's just head to Monaco, see what happens.
Well,
Canada's
exactly.
going to be Class is definitely struggling to keep. Mind you, actually, I think it's Kanga that's struggling. He's just not keeping touch with Ruiz anymore.
Well, he's not really lost any ground since they come out of the pits. He's just not gained any either.
Yeah, but he was looking like he was the quicker car when they went into the pits, so maybe I'm just thinking Ruiz might be able to get those tyres working a bit quicker.
What's interesting is since they come out of the pits, Bas van Snelheid set a fastest lap, but none of the others have.
Maybe they're trying to eke out their stints.
That's entirely possible.
3 stops is quite a lot for a soft-tyred runner.
I mean, and I'm surprised as well that Perez hasn't managed to pull further ahead. If anything, he's being caught now. But then, he is about to pit, isn't he?
Pit lap.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Where's he going to feed? He should feed nicely out into the gap between Adrian Simon and Felix Bayer, though.
It's going to be tight. We'll see. If not, he's only going to have Bayer to pass, and then he's going to have heaps of clear air.
Yeah.
This race, this extra soft strategy as he comes into the pits like we thought, is really working wonders for Perez, but not really anyone. Well, Bayer's doing okay.
Well, yeah, it's going all right for Bayer. I mean, it's got him to the front of the midfield, which is, I suppose, as good as Holmqvist can expect, really. Because let's be fair, the top 4 teams are so far clear of everyone else, apart from possibly North Star, who appear to have imploded during this race.
I completely forgot that Bayer was on this extra soft, so yeah, like I say, he's got to have plenty of clear air.
Yeah, and there we go. Perez does indeed come out. Well, of course he was going to come out clear of Bayer. Bayer had to pit as well.
Yeah, I just...
well, it's just dawned on me.
Kanga! No, he was already in front. Yep.
Something you want to point out?
Edit that out, edit that out.
Edit what out?
I was... I said the N-word. No, I didn't. No. I was like,
Not even you're that stupid.
You want to bet?
No, it's a bet I fear I'd lose.
I didn't say it, don't worry, I said Nick. Oh, give me a good old chuckle and a snigger. That's pretty
And a what? A Snickers? Oh, got ya.
I'm on thin fucking ice here.
You're through the ice, you're in the water. Into the pits comes Powers then.
Yes, that's a 2-stop. I was wrong again.
Wow, the tyre's really not lasting here. Well, apart from the extra softs.
I'm a world famous race car. Ka-chow.
And that is going to hand the lead to Enrique Ruiz then. But
the championship leader. Not anymore, actually.
Nope, he's not.
Hey,
the championship leader is in 3rd.
Do you expect me to do simple maths?
Powers then only comes out just behind them and with 1 stop less to go. So
wait, since when is Klaus leading the last race?
Yep.
I didn't realise he was leading. That's pretty nifty.
He is. 2 wins and a 2nd.
I think maybe day drinking for this race would have been a good idea. Imagine if he hadn't retired, because he was in a good spot that race as well.
Yeah.
He was
on for a podium, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I believe in Japan.
He'd have been well clear.
He would have been. But alas, it didn't happen.
Hey Bradley.
Hey, yes.
Hey Bradley. Did you miss me last race?
Now, the correct answer here is yes.
Yay.
But the honest answer...
A little bit of a wobble there from Kanga coming through Beckett's and Chapel.
Is also yes.
Yay! Sorry, Nick, but I'm the OG. I get a little bit too territorial. Kanga is doing a good job holding Klaus off, who's really compromised himself now into club. But Simon is too far back to compromise. By the way, I'm really disappointed in all of you guys. This is to everyone that watches. I've got to say, I'm really disappointed in you, okay?
Here we go, hold up.
Bit of a nag, right? Not one person, not one, either commented on my fart in China or actually helped find it with the timestamp. Like, what are you all doing? I thought we were a group of friends. I thought we were a family. Ohana means family. Family means no one gets left behind, including anyone that wants to find their fart. That's all. Rant over.
Are you quite finished?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Back to the race then.
Glitch with the timing screens going on at the back at the moment, by the way. They're kind of gaining and losing 10 seconds all at once.
I think that's just because various people are in the pits and
yeah, but that
screw the timing screen over.
Yeah.
Because you look, everyone that's above the people that are currently in the pits, it's pretty stationary.
That's why I said it's a glitch affecting people at the back, Bradley.
Yeah, but it's not a glitch, is it? It's just
the
pits.
Oh, it's going dark again, Bradley. We now have the threat of rain for the next few laps.
Yes, before it inevitably vanishes and the sunshine comes out once again.
Yeah, you just...
Is that what you mean?
British summertime.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's...
Way up. Simon is sideways everywhere, and that's put Nathaniel Powers right on the back of him then.
He's going to gobble him up. Hashtag Into the Barrier. Did you guys ever watch Into the Barrier?
Yeah, I have seen a few of his videos.
Great YouTube fan.
Oh, Powers got a brilliant run then. On the exit of Club Corner, down to turn 1, there's not really an overtaking space, but if he can keep close, potentially got a chance.
Shag him into...
Nope.
No. Ooh, now Powers got a big sideways moment.
And you were going to say Luffield there, and that's not Luffield, Village.
I wasn't. I was going to say Loop, actually.
No, it's not a loop either.
Look! You're right.
Here we go, Powers with another run then. He's got the pace down the straights, hasn't he? But he just can't do anything with it as we have a yellow flag, and it's Groningen.
Hey, settle down, Chief. This ain't it.
This darn timing screen. Darn tootin'. The two Ocelots are last.
Vladimir Putin. Sorry, go ahead.
I said the two Ocelots are last.
Ah, this is the future I saw last season. Ryan's gonna get angry with me.
Yeah. I just thought I'd point it out. I don't quite know how it's happened. They weren't there.
It's because they suck. I think they were on the medium tyres and they were struggling quite a lot as it was. If they don't get their act together, they might find themselves in Q1 soon.
Oh.
Are we going to address the talking point, or are we not going to talk about it, by the way?
I don't think we should bother.
No?
Personally?
Basically, the series is much better now.
Yeah, seemed it.
Bye, Felicia. That's it. Go down.
You know, you were saying...
Yeah, go on.
You know you were saying about Ocelot being in Q1?
Yeah.
Well, as it stands, they are just outside because they are in 10th place. So they are the first team that wouldn't be in Q1. However, Vasquez for Ingram currently sits 7th. Ingram thus far have a total of 0 points. If he finishes 7th, that's 6 points. That puts them ahead of Ocelot and drop Ocelot into Q1.
They won't qualify for races, Bradley. You know this. Wow, that's going to be interesting to see how that develops. And that's so. I was saying to you about this before the race, wasn't I? But obviously last season.
I don't know. I try not to listen to you.
Okay, great. Yeah, great, cool. No, like last season, I was probably one of the largest outspoken critics.
Oh, sorry, we've got an overtake the lead. Kanker up the inside of Enrico Ruiz, but doesn't pull it off at Stowe then, and that has given Klaas-Ren Snelheid a chance to potentially try and nick second from the Estonian. Can he do anything into club? He doesn't look like it. And it holds status quo then, but well, that was an overtake attempt from Alar Kanga. He didn't pull it off.
Yeah, no, he's just, letting Ruiz know that he's there and what he wants, but he's had a bad run out of Abbey here into
Village.
I said it, I was going to say it. Anyway, back to my point.
Yep.
Obviously, I was one of the most outspoken critics of Q1 last season, but I really like the way it's actually unfolded this season. I mean, it's given the teams at the back something to fight for, and it actually places some value on the lower points paying positions, which I didn't actually foresee. So
well, and not even on the lower points paying positions, but just finishing a race.
That's true. So I have to admit, I want to apologise to Nick for all the grief I gave him about it last season, because it's actually turned out to be a really good feature.
Yeah, I have to say, I think Q1 has massively added to the series.
definitely. It's just like when it was in the 80s.
I mean, Formula Virtual wasn't around in the 80s, but yeah.
No, I mean Formula 1, you div.
Well, what are you talking about that series for?
Because I can! That was too loud, wasn't it?
Interesting to note then, obviously Perez made his second stop. He's not
Bad.
really closed up massively
Near.
in this stint on the front runners.
He hasn't, because he's...
I mean, well, in fairness, he's what? I mean, he's just under 9 seconds off the lead, 6 seconds back from Powers. Powers only has 1 stop to go, Perez has 2. So, yeah, he really needs to find more pace, doesn't he? I think this one is between Powers and Perez, though.
What? Powers and Perez?
Yeah.
What do you mean, for the win?
Yeah.
No.
No?
Perez wants in with a shout of the win. He's got to up the pace, like, now. Like, this is the crucial moment.
Well, that's 8 seconds. He's just gained another second. As on the inside of Adrian Simon there is Nathaniel Powers, the world champion, but he can't make the move either. A lot of looks and attempts here, but not many overtakes between the leading 5. As into the pits comes Sebastian Bergqvist on the hard tyres, and that's at the end of lap 28. So he's on a 1 stop, but
he's going to drop down to about 18th.
Mind you, he's not going to have to pit again.
No.
Oh,
wait,
Class!
Yeah.
Class is second.
Oh! What a big boy.
I was so focused on Bergqvist in the pits, I totally missed that one.
Oh, you know you were saying Alvarez was in like 20th. He's in 10th now.
Yay! Milkovic is back up to 12th as well.
Yeah. What can I say? Except for Milkovic, you know, Westwood only took on the best academy drivers. You know, Alvarez. We won't talk about the others that weren't the best.
Oh, what, you mean like every other driver?
Yeah, Jochen van Snell hired Will Taylor. He's done alright in Indy Virtual.
Chris Dooley.
We don't talk about Chris Dooley.
Chris Dooley.
I said we don't talk about him. I said we don't talk about Jochen. Finn Schneider was a good one.
I don't think Jochen was as bad as
I feel like in
he
these
was made
cars,
to look.
no. The older cars were much more reliant on the equipment itself than the actual driver behind the wheel.
At what point he looked quite good.
He did actually.
Oh, we've got this beautiful little camera again.
Yay! Yeah, Perez isn't finding time on these guys.
I just love watching that.
Okay, he just finds half a second as I say that. Thanks, dude. Yeah, but anyway, timing screen at this circuit is odd, that's for sure. At the very least, Perez is guaranteed like a top 6, top 5 kind of finish.
Well, I mean, yeah. There's like this top 6 are about a pit stop clear of anyone else.
Yeah, but when you bear in mind that, like, because obviously early this season he's doing a fantastic job of getting himself right ahead in the like in 4th of the constructors. He's not really got anyone to challenge him.
Perez is 4th in the constructors on his own.
No, I meant 1st, not him.
I mean, that's well impressive.
Hey, brother, don't test me.
Testing.
I will fail. Yeah, there's a few things I need testing for actually. I need to do that while I'm here.
While you're here?
Yeah, I can't like go get tested in China. They'll do weird stuff to me.
Why would you go to China?
Because that's the last place I commentated, Bradley. Come on.
Oh, I got ya. I thought you meant like while we're here in this commentary box. I was going to say
No.
I'd really rather you didn't.
Obviously, last race I wasn't there. I was in Malaga, so obviously that's probably the reason I need to be tested.
Oh! Powers looks to the inside then of Adrian Simon once again, but still can't make the move.
No, a little too close to comfort there, eh? A little bit of poop coming out of you, eh?
No.
No, it was a lot.
No, that was you.
Yeah, I do that. I'm Harry. I do gross stuff. I am.
I have to say, I'm really intrigued as to how
I
the
poop myself.
gap between Kangaroo and Simon has kind of stayed. Like, Simon and Powers don't seem able to catch the top 3 at all.
That's because Powers can't get past C1 in the first place.
Yeah, but why isn't Simon able to catch his teammate?
Why don't you ask him?
Adrian.
I'm busy, mate. Leave him alone.
You said ask it. Oh, here we go then. The top three all dive into the pits. And will Simon follow them? He will. So Powers will resume the lead. As the top four all pit on the same lap.
Oh no, that's probably cost Kanga the most time. No, Simon the most time actually.
Class!
Oh! That was unsafe, but it's close. Simon lost a lot of time there.
Klaas van Snelheid then was the first one out of the pit box, but Franklin just got Ruiz out ahead.
Yeah, that was a very close call. Now Perez is actually suddenly not too far to lead, you're right. But he's got a pit next lap, so...
Yeah.
I don't think he's in for the win, to be honest.
So what have these guys have one stop left, don't they?
Yeah.
And Perez has two as it stands. Powers has one. Okay, yeah, maybe I missed... Well, Perez's pace in the first stint was amazing, and it did look good, but it doesn't quite look as impressive anymore, does it?
If he can up the pace again to what he was at earlier in the race, then he's definitely in with a shout. But I feel like on life...
I think he's left himself too little time, though.
Yeah, he might have done.
I'll tell you what would save him right now, though, would be a rain shower.
Yeah, but unfortunately the sun is out, which means the guns are out.
Are they?
Well, you know how it goes. Sun's out, nuns out. No, that's not right.
Yes, I forgot the nuns come out in the sun. Damn it. Look at them all lining the side of the track.
Sun, nun, burger bun. Yeah, I'm releasing my album in July.
Please don't.
Up
It's
the
Klaas
inside.
van Snelheid up the inside of Enrico Ruiz, and it's gone wrong. He's been clipped by Ruiz, and Klaas van Snelheid spins from 4th place, and he's just recovered into Adrian Simon.
He just backs up right into Adrian Simon there. He just, really.
And I'd love to see a replay of that. I called it as a clip, but we'll have to see another angle to see whether there actually was any contact.
I don't know. We've seen him lose it on his own already this race.
We have, but he was alongside at that point.
9th and 10th. Hello.
Sorry?
We talked about Meteor really quick. 9th and 10th.
Yeah, well, they do have a reasonable car.
Yeah, it's a shame that his the principal doesn't have a reasonable personality. But...
Whoa, that's a bit harsh.
I'm just kidding.
There's Sebastian Bergqvist then, around Elroy Wagner. Here we go then, on board with Klaas van Snelheid. And I think there was contact, and there absolutely was. Ruiz
kind of thought that's a racing incident.
Well, Klaas was alongside, and Ruiz gave him no room.
No, Ruiz did give him room. If you look, Klaas actually understeered when he on turning.
No, Ruiz's fault. It's always Ruiz's fault.
It's always Ruiz's fault because my driver was involved and I'm not biased at all.
Yep.
I'm going to listen to the only person in the commentary box who's unbiased.
Well, that's not you.
I am. There's only a few teams I don't like. That makes me very unbiased. But yeah, I think that would be called as a racing incident personally.
Yeah.
I've got to say, the stints. Oh, there's contacts. Halverson pulls out on Hoskins.
Ooh.
Drives around him. No, that's
and Halverson around the outside of his teammate then. And I feared there may be contact briefly then.
It would have been funny. Just
not for North Star, it wouldn't.
Perez is going to be quite close to these guys. He's going to be very close. He's going to come out ahead of Klaas and he's going to be close. Ooh, he's ahead of Kanga. He's split these two. Just, do you know what? Shut your fat mouth. He's come out ahead of Kanga. I don't care what.
It's Simon.
Damn it! I'd have gotten away with that 2 races ago.
Yeah, you would have done, but it's not 2 races ago. Yeah, so Felix Perez then has come out and split Klaas van Snelheid and Adrian Simon, and now all over the back of the Dutchman straight away.
I feel like this might have guaranteed him a top 4, if not a top 3, because everyone here has only got one more stop to make, and he's on much quicker tyres. But that incident
is a very good point.
Klaas and Simon position there, unfortunately. I can't see Klaas keeping Perez behind for long. Klaas at the end of his stint, Perez fresh, extra soft. They're extra fresh, extra soft, and extra red, and
extra sticky.
They're headed for
4th place.
Oh, don't say extra sticky ever again, please.
But they are extra sticky. Klaas covers the inside line. This could give Perez the chance he needs if he can slingshot around the outside, but he's far too far back.
He's just biding his time, mate, innit? Oh wait, Klaas already pitted, didn't he? Doesn't need to pit again. He does. No, it doesn't. Pit
yeah, he does.
16, 32, 48.
Yeah.
Yes. Ooh, that's rough. So.
Yeah, all of the soft tire runners. That's what they're all on.
Yeah, except for Hoskins. Wait, what was that in front of the camera there?
A banana.
I didn't know if it was like dust on the camera lens or if it was like a couple of specks of rain.
A banana.
Listen!
Yes. I'm listening. You have my attention.
Here comes Perez up the inside. Not quite happening. In fact, Bradley, what's your phrase? You haven't said it all season.
Well, no, that hasn't really been a suitable.
It was a day late and a day short.
No.
Yeah, I ruined it now.
No.
I've taken it from you.
You haven't. It's just no.
I've taken it from you like Britain took Africa from the natives. That was a bit much.
I mean, no.
I've never heard you so uncomfortable as something I say.
Oh, here we go then. Klaas gets a tank slapper and somehow holds on. And that's, if anything, put Perez on the back foot and given Simon a chance to try and take 5th place from the Mexican.
Yeah, but he won't do it because he's a pussy. Also, I think he might have taken a bit of damage on the front left end plate of his front wing from that incident. When,
I don't think he has. It all looks to be there.
No, it doesn't.
I mean, it does.
Listen. Nah. I've run out of good arguments, right?
Sorry, I can't argue with that one.
Sorry, Odd. I'm breathing too heavily.
You're a knob.
You're a nonce.
I mean, that's just rude. What I said was just polite.
Yeah, not really, mate.
Yeah, well...
You're wrong on that one.
No, I don't think so.
Ugh, I just wish that I was bloody... I wish I had a richer gear to my Julia Roberts, you know?
Moving on. What lap did Powers pit?
Oh, I don't know, man. 23.
Was it?
It was 23. So he's pitting on lap 46. So, Perez has to make his other pit stop
first,
before these guys.
Which gives him the chance to undercut them.
Yeah, but also it's only going to make a difference if he can clear Klaas, which it doesn't look like he's got the ability to do. Now, if he sets himself up for a run down the hangar straight, then he's got a chance.
Only if he goes to the outside, though.
There's thanks, Laffer. Yeah, but, I mean, we saw Klaas go defensive last time. We'll see.
Yeah, this is true. Well, here we go again then. Klaas is covering the inside line. And Felix Perez is much, much closer this time around then. Can he go? Nope.
No. He's going to have to come up with something because right now, just following Klaas is ruining his chance at a podium.
Yeah, and damaging his tyres.
Damaging his tyres. Ow!
Yeah, that's right. You die. You suffer.
Give me a whiskey with ice. I need it to soothe my throat. It'll make me feel better, I promise. And then I'll let you have your inheritance. Sorry, I don't know where that came from.
What the hell? I'm not even going to bother anymore.
Fucking grandkids.
Things seem to have stagnated with the order, don't they?
Had mass yesterday. Don't even recognize half of the faces at church anymore.
Should I stop?
I reckon so. Zylander pits from 11th. I didn't realise he was 11th.
I didn't know the Zoolander was in this. I heard that sigh of despair. Why am I working? Well, he's a lot closer this lap as Perez.
Is he?
Not close enough. He just seems to not have the drive off of Chapel.
Are they catching Kanga?
Yeah, a little bit.
I was going to say, they just seemed a little bit closer there.
This might be it! This might be it! Ah!
It's not.
I get to...
It's not
I'm just
at all.
trying to hype everyone up, Bradley. Don't forget. That's my job. Hype and Skype.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like Netflix and chill.
Yellow.
Worse.
Yellow in the middle sector, and it's gone again.
Oh, De La Fuente's dropped a position.
Oh no, one whole place.
Rain! It's raining in Silverstone.
It is, yes.
Lap 50 in laps.
And that's Simon round the outside of Perez. Perez's extra softs then have not worked for him at all. Adrian Simon takes back 5th place and demotes him.
Yeah, I think he overheated his tyres a little bit, trying to attack Klaas there at the end of that lap, and Simon has just gone, thank you very much, and gobbled him up.
Yeah, Simon defends then and holds on to that 5th place. As you're quite right, we have rain here at Silverstone. We've got a yellow flag in the middle sector, and that's where the leaders are, but they look as though they've held on, and that is Will Hoskins, I believe, recovering. Well, that's what it looked like anyway.
It's genuinely coming down so heavily that people are already losing their stuff. It does look quite... Okay, rude. Yeah, no, you're right. Actually, do you know what? I think... Yikes. I think this rain's going to come down quite heavily, actually.
Yeah, it's come down really heavily and really quickly. And
this was Japanese rain a few years ago.
This, if it
Just
hadn't
like
already, this could hand it to Nathaniel Powers.
Yeah, he's got such a big gap.
Well, to be fair, they were all only going to make one stop anyway, weren't they, actually?
Yeah.
So, but what it will do is it will give him an 8.5 second lead and negate the tyre advantage of those behind.
Yeah, what, is there an echo in here? Sorry, I'm just doing cocaine.
Well,
explains
for
a lot.
God's sake, save it after the race.
Why?
Well, you know, some other people might want some.
I do still have a little baggie up my bum if you want some of that.
I didn't mean me. I meant the production crew.
Nick doesn't do that.
The cameraman.
He deserves it for his for his camera angles today.
I mean, yeah, that camera is on a wire, but yeah.
You're on a wire.
You are a wire.
He's chosen the right angles at the right times. I would have sneezed.
Hang on, Nick's the cameraman.
Ow.
Pineapples.
I muted myself for that. Oh, there's snot. Hang on.
Oh, that's disgusting. Here we go then. We've got rain here at Silverstone. So down the hanging straight. Felix Perez looks to the inside of Adrian Simon into Stowe, and that is not going to work.
Yeah, they've got to pick this lap on next because they're starting to lose a lot of time. Like, they're visibly driving a lot slower.
Yeah, they certainly are. I'm surprised none of them have dived into the pits yet.
I'll tell you, if there's one person who it would be worth them trying to make it to the end, it'd probably be Perez.
Yeah, I was just thinking exactly that. I'm surprised first haven't called Perez in as yet.
Yeah. Oh no, that's the opposite of what I was saying. But yeah, actually, it's worth them taking a gamble because I don't think they'll gain 15 seconds, but they could gain 5, which is enough to put them on the podium.
Yeah. Well, it depends, to be fair.
I'm strategical genius, Bradley.
Yeah, look how heavy the rain is coming down now to the point that... I mean, it looks like fog as we look back through the camera down towards Cops.
Yeah, a little wobble there from Alvarez. So
understandable, they're on slicks in pouring rain.
Your nan's on slicks. Oh, sorry, that's distasteful. I meant your mum, sorry. So yeah, they're on slicks in the pouring rain.
And are any of them going to dive for the pits? It doesn't look like it as Felix Bayer then, right, tucked up behind James Vasquez. Bayer on the extra softs, Vasquez on the softs.
Yes. Actually, mind you, the softs and the mediums would be doing a lot better than the extra softs in these conditions. Obviously, they're designed to work in slightly cooler conditions.
Can I just say how impressed I am with Vasquez's race?
I know, he's still in 7th place.
And not only that, but he is some nigh on 20 seconds clear of the Meteors.
To be fair, I've also been impressed with the Meteors this race.
Well, yeah, but Meteor have shown that they've got the pace for the tail end of the points anyway. Ingram haven't really been there. As we've got contact down the hanger straight then between Vasquez and Bayer. Bayer looked to go down the inside and Vasquez just drifted across into him, but they both survived.
Vasquez is determined to keep that 7th place, and that's bought him about a second, but I think Bayer's going to be back on him in no time. Yeah,
he certainly is, as we're now starting to see some spray kicked up then.
Yeah. What's interesting, though, is if they don't pit within the next 4 laps for wets, then anyone on extra softs has got a big disadvantage. They have to pit more extra softs, and then they'll have to pit again for wets. So this extra soft strategy might yet come back to bite them in the ass.
Oh, here we go. Right, Lopez pits then. Is he going to be the first one to switch to wet tyres?
We'll see.
Into the box then, on board with Lopez. His teammates followed him in, so it's certainly possible, and he is onto wets then. So they're all going to dive in behind him. Jules Simon, Bergqvist, Wagner, Garcia, Alvarez, Milkovic are the first ones in the pits. And, well, it's not really going to gain them any time whatsoever because they were so far behind the guys in front.
But it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah. And then the leader's going to pit. And there we go. In comes Powers then. So Powers is the first of the leaders into the pits.
This was an accident. There's a lot of cars in the pit lane.
But literally the entire field, nearly.
Powers very gentle into his pit box, but then, you know...
Yeah, and they just held him there then to let Ruiz go through, just to make sure that there was no chance of a unsafe release.
Ruiz, on the other hand, was a little bit risky.
Ruiz as well. There was no one coming into the pit lane. They let Perez go through.
It was Perez. Oh, Perez was in front of me. All right.
Powers rejoins. Kanga has jumped back ahead of Klaas van Snelheid.
Yay.
In the pits then, Diaz Mathishaw with the slightly quicker stop. Kanga onto the wets quicker than Klaas and back into third place. And yeah, so that didn't work for Perez at all, did it? He's still sick. Although it has closed the top 6 up a little. There's a... Oh god, I think Harry's died again. As Vasquez and Bayer then, the last two to switch to the wet tyres, rejoin back out in 7th and 8th. Vasquez still leading that little scrap as Powers trying to lap Will Hoskins and nearly losing it through Beckett's then. Oh, you're back. You didn't die.
The viewers for that outburst. My father thought it would be hilarious to come in my room and scare the shit out of me.
Well, I didn't hear anything.
Did you not hear me yell something?
No, it's entirely possible I just missed it or I was talking.
You definitely were talking, you missed it.
Oh, there we go then.
I'm going to have to give Nick a timestamp on that one so he can bleep it. Because I don't think we permit the C word in here.
Oh.
Yeah. So I need to give him a timestamp. So, anyway, we'll sort that after the race. But, it's weird. Wait, has the rain stopped?
No.
You sure?
Yeah. Yeah, but it never looks like it's raining on board. These cameras are, like, fantastic.
They can't be that fantastic if they can't pick up rain or darkness. Bradley, okay?
I mean,
yeah. Use your brain, yeah?
Yeah, alright, well maybe they're not fantastic, maybe they're shite.
Yeah.
But it's definitely still raining.
Wow. It's like 2 different universes.
As I say, the onboard cameras are weird.
Yeah, that is... Oh, they're going so slowly. This is some of the heaviest rain we've seen in a long time.
Yeah, I'd say this is sort of verging on levels of Malaysia last year. It's that heavy.
Are a virgin. It's okay, Bradley. It means you supply engines to Meteor.
Nope, they're supplied by Infinity.
Infinity now, is it?
Yep.
Yikes. What a good car brand, eh? No wonder they're performing so well. Vasquez, now that he's not at a tyre disadvantage to Bayer, has pulled out 2 seconds on the Dutchman. So that's a guaranteed 7th place for him.
And Perez has dropped back from Simon as well.
Yeah, I think those extra softs were actually doing a lot more work for him than we thought.
Yeah, perhaps, which is weird. I think we spoke about this in the last race as well. The qualifying pace of that first seems really quite good, but you get to the race and they just seem to drop off a little.
I think maybe they might have in the past we've in the past we've seen him with
I don't even. What the hell? What even is that? That's not even like any kind of normal laughter.
It's called smoking for 5 years, Bradley. It's not good for you.
Well, don't do it.
Well, I'm addicted now.
Well, don't be.
Oh, you got me. I'll just stop smoking.
There we go, see?
Oh, God, it's so warm in my room. I mean, the commentary box.
Well, that is your room for the next, well, I don't know, what, 8 laps?
Yeah, you got me there.
There's Klaas van Snelheid. Klaas van Snelheid up the inside of Al Kanga then. Kanga has clipped the back marker, but Klaas still can't make it work then. They looked as though they were going to go either side of Thierry's Islander.
Yeah, Kanga has really got away with that one.
Yeah, hasn't he just? And that the two DS fans cars, although he's been pushed wide. Klaas up the inside again. They're side by side then as they head down the start-finish straight.
Oh, no.
No, Klaas backs out of it.
Luckily, they're going a bit too slow. Wow. What was the point I was even going to say?
I have no idea. Probably that Phoenix, who are a DS back team, and Mathshaw, who are a DS back team, very nearly came together.
Yeah, no, it was way before that when I started laughing.
Oh, God knows. I mean, that was like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, I just lost it.
You did.
Kids, that's your anti-smoking ad right there.
Ruiz seems to be closing on Powers a little. His gap down to 6 seconds. It was
caught him by like 2 seconds since they.
Yeah, I was going to say it was like 8 when they came out of the pits.
Yeah.
And 10 before they went in, I think.
A couple of laps before. So that's about a second a lap, maybe slightly less, but either way, that could see quite a. It might be a bit too. No. If it's a second a lap, then it's not enough. He needs a bit more.
Forget. Yeah, we have only got 7 laps left, haven't we?
Yeah, the second half of the race, except for that little stagnate bit just before the rain came, was flown by.
It'd be interesting to see how long it takes them to complete these 7 laps, though, because they are now going really quite slowly.
Well, it is raining. You do have to slow down a bit for that.
Well, no.
Yeah. I don't even run a team anymore. I should be running your team. Give it. I'll make you win.
No. We're already winning.
No, you're not.
We are.
Nah.
We are leading the constructors.
How many times has Powers won the British V-Prix actually in the past? Because I feel like this is his 3rd time.
Once.
This is his 2nd time. I said that.
But he hasn't won it yet.
Ruiz has gained another second, but then he loses it again. Timing screen. Oh, he's losing a lot of time actually. Sadly.
What?
He's just lost a second to Ruiz.
Has he?
No one else did. He dropped back because he got it up to 5 seconds and he just dropped it again. We'll have to keep an eye on that.
Powers has only won his home race once, and that was in 2017. Last year, he started on pole, but finished 2nd behind his teammate.
Yeah, what a dum-dum. Is he the only British driver to have won it? No, Hoskins has won.
No, Hoskins dominated in 2013 with pole, fastest lap and the win, didn't he?
Yeah, every single lap led as well, I think it was.
I don't know, because we only had highlights back then, didn't we?
Oh gosh, yeah. Wow.
So it was difficult to tell.
How far the series has come, eh? I mean, people complain, but look at what we've got now compared. Like, people who weren't around in 2013 and haven't watched those races don't really appreciate just how much has gone into these races now. Like, how far this series has come.
Powers has just lost a second or so. He's gaining it back.
Yeah.
And losing it again.
I think the timing system's a bit odd.
I think it might be traffic.
Klaas van Snelheid. There you go, that's your Nick voice for you.
I wonder where you were going with that. Yeah, I think it's just the fact that the leaders are in traffic at the moment, because you think they've just lapped Milkovic and everyone is really quite close in that midfield, so...
You would be so mad if Powers bumped into a back marker right now.
I would cry.
Well, there's a back marker in front of him, Bradley.
But thankfully, De La Fuente moves neatly out of the way.
I've got to say, actually, yeah, the back markers are doing exactly as they're supposed to this race.
Which makes a change.
Yeah. This is unusual as the rain disappears for a little bit.
That's because we've gone on board.
It disappears, but then suddenly the weather changes when we go off the camera. Look at that! British summertime, eh? You cannot predict it.
Maybe they've just got maybe the cameras just have invisible canopies over them that just block the rain.
And the lack of sunlight, they just create sunlight.
Yeah.
What, on the track 50 metres in front of them?
Yeah.
My ear itches.
They're magic. Well, itch it then.
My...
Don't even say it.
I don't need to.
As Matson defends from Johan Halvorsen. North Star then with a really quite unlucky race. It's Garcia started towards the back, and that really blew it for him from the off. Although Jules Seymour has managed to come from the back to 10th place, so I don't know what's going on with Garcia actually.
Yeah.
And Halvorsen involved in a couple of incidents, including one that cost him his front wing. Down in 16th, it looks as though their home race is going to be the first one this season they failed to score points at.
Yeah. And I gotta say, Hoskins with that 2-stop, that actually really came back to hurt him in the end with the wet weather. Because obviously he was working so hard on making those tyres last that he didn't get the most out of them in terms of pace. And then
Bergqvist as well. It didn't really work for Bergqvist, did it?
No, it's close. It was close, but
yeah, it didn't quite get him into the points.
Softs were definitely the way to go this race.
You reckon? I mean, it's only helped Perez to 6th.
Yeah, but don't forget,
I think mediums. I mean, I think Powers was on for the win.
He still is.
Yeah, but I mean, even before the rain.
Well, Klaas has got to clear De La Fuente. He can't. He's losing time.
Not as yet. Oh, meanwhile, Kanga's caught up to Ruiz quite a bit. There's only about a second between them now. I think Enrico Ruiz then, it's Giordano that he's just lapped. So that's Hoskins then that Klaas is trying to get round. Yeah, I think Ruiz lost a bit of time behind Giordano, but it seems as though Kanga's losing time as well.
Yeah. I've got to say that they're all doing quite well to clear the back markers, especially.
It's not Giordano, it's Hunter Ryan, sorry.
Yeah. Is he going to come back through though? Because he does that sometimes, cheeky boy.
No, Ryan has realised.
Billy.
And he's let Klaas straight by.
Hardly. Oh, that's a bit rude. You can't really do that, buddy. That's a bit not on. He's trying to just. All right, never mind. Be an accident. Oh no, it's not.
Yeah, do you know? I have to say, I think this man's been the star of the day. Oh, yeah, we have a dry line.
He's now got a 3.5 second gap back to Bayer. But yeah, you're right. The rain has stopped, even on the off-board shots now. So, is anyone going to try a dangerous? I don't think it's going to be worth it, really.
Not for 3 laps. I mean, it might be for Perez.
Yeah, Perez might as well go for it.
Unless he comes out and realises there is no grip and then he throws away 6th place.
Yeah.
Because there is still spray being kicked up, even on the racing line, to be fair. Maybe if we had 10 laps to go, in a couple of laps, it might be worth it. But I think, I think it's just not enough time left.
If you've been watching this race the whole way through, comment down below your favourite quiche. Mine, probably Marks and Spencer's spinach and mushroom quiche. It's so good. Or bacon leek and mushroom. It's good. Or quiche Lorraine, or cheese and onion. Just quiche. Crustless, with crust, you know. A cribbed crust, like a smooth edge. Homemade, shop bought, microwaved, oven cooked, cold. But it's all good, except for salmon and broccoli. Don't ever touch a salmon and broccoli quiche, man. They're so bad. Waste of your time. In fact, I had a homemade quiche where I had like...
Shut up!
Sorry, I get a bit carried away when I think about quiche.
Where did that come from? Oh, Ruiz has just been bulked by Giordano and that's given Kanga a run. Kanga ran the outside and Kanga goes into 2nd.
And Ruiz is going to be absolutely fuming with that because he might have had a chance to get the lead of the championship back here. I don't know how far behind he is.
And that's given Klaas, that's put Klaas right on them as well then. Klaas van Snelheid sniffs a podium as Giordano is still blocking these guys, but I think now they're onto the Wellington Straight. He's going to get out of the way, and I'm surprised Ruiz didn't give him the finger there.
Well, he might finger him later, Bradley, we don't know.
Former teammates, let's not forget. Oh, as Ruiz tries to take 2nd back, and can't quite make it. So Kanga with a beautiful little gift there, and that's, well, I mean, if Powers wasn't clear before, he's well clear now.
Yeah, former teammates, who knows how much fingering went on.
That's not what I was getting at.
When were Ruiz and Giordano? Oh yeah, they were. And Giordano was awful.
Yeah, as
Like-
Giordano is now holding up Klaas van Snelhoid, although they say he's holding him up, but he hasn't actually dropped back from Ruiz whatsoever.
Powers, on the other hand, has gained 2.5
Oh!
seconds. That's a bit rude.
Down the straight then, and that is I think they're interlocked, and that is costing Klaas van Snelhoid some time.
Yeah, they're locked.
Yeah, and through goes Adrian Simon into fourth place. So Klaas van Snelhoid then. Well, Puccio Giordano has cost two drivers at the front of the field a position, and I wonder if that needs to be looked at.
I mean, if that gets looked at, there's a lot of other stuff that needs to be
Well,
looked at.
this is true.
Unfortunately, we've now set a precedent where things like that don't get penalised.
And Giordano is still ahead of Klaas, and he's now unlapped himself from Simon as well. And this is just disrespectful driving from the Italian. I wonder if he's just trying to recreate the dreams of last year. Klaas back up the inside of Simon. Maybe he could nick it back here.
Nope, on the inside, no traction, especially in the wet. But it's cute to, it's fun to pretend. They're actually losing ground to Giordano now.
And Perez is catching them.
Uh-oh, this is going to give Klaas a chance.
Simon down the inside. Klaas van Snelhoid then sweeps around the outside, but he's not going to hold that because it's now turns to the inside for Luffield.
Wait, is he going to? No. Simon had a massive wobble in the brakes there going into Luffield. I think he must have snatched a rear brake.
Yeah, but it's status quo then with Giordano still ahead.
Yeah.
And it's put Hunter Ryan and Will Hoskins onto the back of them as well.
Who's second in the drivers' standings at the moment?
Adrian Simon. Here we go then. This was down the straight, so Klaas went to the inside and Giordano just cut across on him.
Yeah.
They managed to recover, but Simon was there to drive around the outside at Stowe.
Yeah, on the soft tyres for some reason. Nobody noticed that, did you?
Nope. I did think the track looked remarkably dry.
Yeah, we will just not talk about it.
The replay cameras are the same kind of standard as the onboard cameras. As Giordano forces Klaas out wide at the exit of Club Corner and onto the start-finish straight, but finally the Dutchman has managed to put a lap on the Italian.
Powers has lost a couple of seconds in traffic.
Not really.
Yeah, yes.
The gap was 10.
Listen! I don't know why I'm yelling at you again.
Oh, I was going to say.
Imagine if he comes up on these guys at Maggots, Beckett and Chapel and they all come together.
Please don't.
Oh, I'm touching wood, it's okay. That's horrible. I'm going to let you close out the race, Bradley.
Oh, God. Well, here we go. We're on the final lap, thank God.
Oh, thank God. Sorry, I'm just doing my impression of a certain Dylan. Oh, that wasn't subtle. No, that was a joke, Dylan, don't worry. I'm only slightly mad at you about that. Not me.
Such a moron. Powers leads then. He's got a comfortable gap back to Alarkanga as he makes his way up the hanger straight for the final time. He's got 3 back markers ahead of him, but they shouldn't really trouble him at all. It's been a decent drive. I think the strategy, I mean, he was on pole, to be fair, and he got away from pole quite well. Strategy was absolutely working for him. The only one of the front runners on the medium tyres, and it certainly seemed to play out. Powers rounds the final corner and wins in Britain for the second time.
Yeah.
Alarkanga will cross the line behind him to take second place then, having stolen it late on from Ruiz, thanks to Puccio Giordano getting in the way of the front runners. Ruiz claims the final podium position in third then, ahead of Simon and Klaas van Snelhoid, who also swapped positions late on thanks to Puccio Giordano. Perez takes sixth, and we've got quite a wait now for James Vazquez, but this is, this Colombian's been the driver of the day.
But we've seen quite a few good drives this race, to be fair. Obviously, Perez driven really well. Powers has not driven really well, but he's driven faultlessly.
Yeah, but Vazquez does indeed take 7th, and that has huge ramifications in the Constructors' Championship and in terms of Q1 that we will get to after the race. But that's a fantastic drive from Vazquez. I don't think that Ingram has looked capable of points all season.
No, he's
done it. And not even just a point, but 6 of them for 7th place.
They're going to get a fair chunk of prize money for that.
They certainly will. And first points of the season as well for Felix Bayer in 8th, and first points of his career for JML in 9th.
Yeah, Mario Juan Lopez, who for some reason is JML because Bradley's an idiot.
Because we decided.
No, you decided.
We
You made
decided. It was totally your decision.
Yeah, even if there have been 5 more laps, by the way, look at how much more it's dried up now.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. But here in Silverstone then, they finished on the wet tyres, and it was Nathaniel Powers who won at home. So, the official classification confirms Nathaniel Powers wins his home V-Prix. It's his first victory in over a year, and given he's the reigning champion, that is quite some statistic. Alar Kanga and Enrique Ruiz complete the podium. Adrian Simon and Klaas van Snelheid in 4th and 5th, while 3 drivers score points for the first time this season. James Vazquez, Felix Baer and Mario Juan Lopez. Klaas van Snelheid sets the fastest lap of the 2nd race in a row. In the Drivers' Championship then, Klaas retains the lead ahead of Simon, but it's down to 5 points. Ruiz is only 8 behind, Powers now only 15 behind, 15 points separate the top 4. Alar Kanga gained 2 positions with that podium. James Vazquez has shot onto the front page, up 9 spots into 12th. Baer and Lopez, interestingly, gain the same amount of positions as points they just scored in the race, while both Milkovic and Davenport towards the back have moved past Arden Hutchinson. And in the Constructors' Championship, Downton still lead. It's extended now to 26 points, but that's over DS Mathshaw, who have passed Franklin. Further back, Holmquist have moved past DS Phoenix and level on points with Lopez. Ingram have moved past Ocelot and Andromeda, and that is crucial because that puts Ocelot into Q1 for the next round in France. But that's all from our race here today at Silverstone. So from both me and Harry, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time for round 6 from Paul Ricard, France.